Thank you. Thank you very much. I have three poems to share with you. First one is I Reach for Another. My standards are too high, my lover tells me, she of the green dragon tattoo. I should bend to the times, she says, and think of the broken terrain that connects elites and the non-persons, a landscape in which food deserts have gained purchase in our great metropoli. 3 weeks after the fires, a bumblebee alights on my left palm, precious pollen in tow. What is my pollen? Can I carry half again my weight, where privilege is measured in inverse proportion to my skin's melanin content, in direct proportion to my bottom line? Electrons transit the globe, the value of their content and speed overseen by the duopoly, but who is left to monitor their veracity? My living room is filled with fragmentation grenades of skepticism and wish balloons as I travel in an era where it's open season on rational thought. Warm, salty eye water reaches my mustache, and I reach for another. Thank you. In the reptile house. When I was a boy, I hid my plastic soldiers behind the cushions in the living room. My grandmother felt justified to live in vanity. She ignored the pain of her daughter caused by the struggle with an ovarian invader that spread through her. But the funny thing was that both the struggle and my grandmother's willful ignorance caused my mother to self-validate and express her magnificent poetic forthrightness as she expanded into her life. Now, our societal emphasis on cloning brings clarity, and besides, individuality is so passé. I know I will not endure. I was ambushed by love tears that emerged beneath my bottom line. Shame inhibits my recommendations for the right and proper incisive actions to be taken by those in charge, and yet all is calm at home, while koi in the big pond at the Huntington Gardens stare at the leisure class in solidarity. My brain is supersaturated with ideals. Which is my better option? Crystallize, congeal, contest, or shall we all just play charades? I want to be able to unpack so many responsibilities. Perhaps a visit to the reptile house would do me good. My shoulder bleeds. I am frozen in place by the talons of an osprey as infection breached the body politique. Anger breeds sadness, begets anger, but in the end, it's all small communities. I spoon opioid-encrusted custard left over from the after party. I bathe in piquant emotional detritus, ejected by bullies in the boardrooms and bedrooms, and strained to hear the subtextual battle between love and progress. I run the chipped nail of my left index finger against the inner corners of the box. It's all of vital import that I bring clean rags, my aunt reminds me, and the curtain falls on each and every. And finally, the box. In the absence of fields of homeless driftwood tarps, as crystallized demons sit in council, as fire ants shift their fraternal desires and the queen decrees abandonment, and smiles beyond hope are leveraged after the stamped approval of itineraries fleshed out by jagged scissor blades, nothing and everything.
Starting SL communication module.
And then came the bots. Meanwhile, on the other side, sugar-tiled flooring serves, and she strokes her warm, wet, touches finger to my lips, parted.
SL ready to commence.
For such dedication overwhelms the moment of my release. The emerald-tinged edge point of love and fear, where love dies, death takes up residence in passion's hiatus. In my 63rd year, I have come to understand that I hear with an accent. I heard her say, I love you, but she had said, I love safety. As it turns out, I am not safety. She invited me to join her in the escape from relationship room, the one where a couple are trapped in a room and have an hour to figure out how to get out of their relationship, or they're stuck with each other for life. Nothing and everything and nothing, and then came the bots. Thank you.